Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to do my full review on the Liong Mah Zulu. This is a knife that was loaned to me by Liong Mah. It has gone through a couple channels before me. Chris from Grady's Gear had it, and Kyle from DTOM Knives and Gear, my brothers from On the Edge. I don't know if I'm sending it somewhere else after this or back to Liong, but I super appreciate Liong for loaning us knives. He does it all the time, and it really helps our channels because we get to experience stuff. We really love Liong Mah designs, all of us do. So there's always the chance we're gonna fall absolutely in love with the knife and want to buy it. But also just being able to experience his other designs, older designs, is cool because I wasn't into his knives back then and haven't been able to handle them. So this is probably the 5th or 6th model I've gotten in on the channel, which is awesome. Real quick, I want to talk about this thing. So I actually just got this yesterday. It came in with the It came in with the mail, you idiot. And it was a pre-order thing that I did. It's called the Gear Bug, and the company is called like Gearzod or Gear Odds. I don't know. It didn't come with any marketing, any pamphlet, any sticker, any nothing. Doesn't have a name on it, no instructions. Like, the packaging was kind of poor, but I don't know, maybe because it was 30, 40 bucks. And essentially, it's a bug that sits on your neck. I believe this is a bottle opener. I mean, I'd be shocked if this did not open bottles. I'd honestly probably be pissed if it didn't open bottles. And you can see how it looks like a bug, right? This is titanium, I believe. I mean, it's finished like titanium. I guess it could be aluminum, but 90% sure it's titanium. And then what you do is there's like these magnets, I think, and some kind of system here. You push this over, and you'll see the gears move. It's really cool, actually. The gears are moving, and then a blade pops out, and then you can close it like this. And now you have a VG10 blade right here, and it has an edge and a tip. So you can use this to open packages or whatever. In a pinch, you have a knife. I think it's pretty cool. And then you just roll it the other way. It catches on the gears, comes around, and then it shuts, and now you're back to hanging it on your keychain. And I will say, I was sitting there with it on my neck during the live stream the other day, on the Edge last night, and it's actually quite fidgety. So you're gonna end up sitting there with it on your neck, and you kind of just fidget with it while it's on your neck. I'm gonna try to get this back on quickly, or I'm just gonna wait and do it after the video if I can't. So let's see. See, that's my problem with this thing. So that's what I wanted to get into, was my issue with it, and then we could talk about the Liong Mah. So I cut the necklace down because this thing was got it. Okay. This thing was super long, so there's two reasons, right? It makes sense. The cord or whatever was long. It was down to like here, right? And that's because you could take it off over your head, and then you could use the knife, right? And then put it back. Problem is, you have this thing dangling all the way down your neck. Who the fuck is gonna carry it like that? I certainly would never wear a chain like that. I don't usually wear a chain. So I cut this down so that it actually fit kind of close right on my chest. And I did order a chain on Amazon that has a quick release. Not quick release, but has a bigger clasp. Maybe a little easier. I don't know if it'll fit through this hole and all that shit. But maybe I'll find something that works. Maybe something with a super strong magnet so I could just pull on it and it'll pop the magnet up. I can use it. So, like, I think their theory was maybe that you would open this, right? And then use it on your neck. Like, if it's long enough, you could just cut whatever you're cutting and then put it back and you'd be good to go. But like, I don't think I would ever do that. I would want to take it off my neck real quick and put it back on, and doing what I just did sucks, right? So it's kind of something to figure out. I think they should have sent it with a better chain of some kind. a strong magnetic clasp made the most sense in my mind, because you could just pop it off and then you're good to go, and you can adjust it to whatever size you want as well, because it was just too long. So anyway, that's the gear bug thing. I didn't want to do a separate video because, you know what, they didn't really get, like, they didn't put the effort in, I feel like, for that. You know, like, I didn't get nothing in the package. It was literally just a zip pouch, which is cool, and the thing. That's it. Like, no instruction, no card, no sticker, no nothing. I mean, it was just kind of like, it just had a dude's name on it. I didn't even know what it was. So, I don't know if that was for cost purposes, but that's my reasoning for not wanting to really go all in on a video. Plus, you know, I bought it pre-order. It wasn't like they gave it to me. And it's just not that interesting. But I do like the concept, and I think I will wear it as long as I can find the right necklace for it. Because in a pinch, having this could be nice. You know, bottle opener, knife, whatever. So anyway, Liong Mah Zulu. So this thing's cool. I've been digging it for sure. It's not like ultimately one that I would buy and keep in my collection, but I definitely see why some people would. And let's get into it. So aesthetically, you have a very cool looking blade. It's a drop point, but kind of sheep's footy, right? Because it kind of curves down to a tip here and comes up to it. I do like that a lot. You have this green micarta that's really well done on the inlay. I mean, it's Riot, guys, and it's Liong Mah with Riot. You're not going to feel transitions. The chamfering and everything on the scales is absolutely fantastically done. Everything is dialed in. The flipper tab's really cool. It kind of has a low drag to it. So this is something I recently on the Edge complained about, the J-Cape. It has a flipper like this where it pulls down, right? And it's very easy to push button. But if you don't get the detent right, you're going to slip off constantly because, right, you have to get the detent right and the jimping right. And I felt like the J-Cape just slightly missed the mark on that, as much as I love that knife all around. The clip and the flipper tab were just the tiniest things that ended up making me sell it. But on this knife, nailed it. Jimping is perfect. Detent is perfect for that flipper tab. Anyway, aesthetically awesome. You got the ceramic ball and the clip. It is reversible, which is awesome. It's like the Field Duty has that reversible clip on it. I love that. And I love Liong Mah for doing it. I will say when I reversed it, it doesn't quite fit like in the notch very well. But I feel like with the Field Duty, what I had to do was bend the clip over and then it fit perfectly. So I think it's just a matter of doing that. And I'd rather it be like that than have a clip that's like way off. Like you can easily push this and bend it and it would be fine. But I'm going to flip it back, so I'm not going to mess with it. Your T8 on the hardware, it looks like all around. Liong always does it that way. Your dead nut centered. He always has a little spot for the blade to fall in. I love that. You have your Liong Mah kind of shield pivot, which is cool. And again, there's your blade with a nail nick on it and your Liong Mah logo. And this is in M390 steel. So aesthetics, I think it's a cool looking knife. It's modern meets traditional, and that's awesome. Ergonomics, it just fits in my hand and it feels fantastic. It is super comfortable. Deep carry clip. You do have that ball, but honestly, I know there's a clip, but that's about it. It doesn't feel weird at all. Right-handed, yeah, I'm kind of landing right on that ball. But you can flip the clip, so whatever handed you are, you're going to have it like this, right? You do have this choil right here. Oh my God, this feels fantastic. I am so locked in. Now, I'm not using the jimping anymore, but the blade is super comfortable. It's not sharp on any sides. My thumb lands, and I have supreme control. This jimping, very, very cool. It's the it's not the classic razorback jimping from Liong. It doesn't look like, hold on. Yeah, it is actually. It is the razorback jimping. It's just a little less pronounced, which makes sense because it's more of a traditional knife. I mean, you are locked into this knife in the choil position. Very, very good ergonomics. Carry, deep carry clip, ceramic ball. If you handle one of his knives, the Field Duty, it just pops in and pops out. You got to get used to it. Maybe some people might complain about it, but you literally just pop and then pop out. It's hard to explain. no, it's not. The ball just has to pop over your seam. It doesn't tear anything up. It just has to do that, and that keeps it in pocket very well. I very much enjoy his clip, so maybe I'm biased, and there's no rattle, there's no tap. It's just a good deep carry clip. Goes all the way to the butt end. I mean, it's fantastic. Cutting. So M390 blade. This is a loaner knife from Liong, so obviously none of us went crazy. There is a very fantastic hollow grind with a Riot belt satin, just gorgeous. It is thin behind the edge. It is a sharp knife. It comes from Riot, guys. It's just well done. It really is well done. You do have this choil kind of just drops off right here. I have no issues with that, but you have to remember, if you're holding it like this mostly, if you hold it like this, you're not going to have a problem because when you cut, your finger's going to glide past. But if you hold it back here, you got to be careful because you could catch stuff right here on this end, right? You might get caught in there. So just be careful with that. That's kind of a thing with any choil, but I want to point it out. Carry cutting sounds. So I like the sounds. There is that micarta in the inlay, and it's kind of a dull thud. It kind of thwacks, which is fine. I like the thwack. And it does the same thing on the close, kind of like a quack. A quack? What the fuck am I? I'm a quack. Yeah, I really like the sounds. I'd put it at like a 6, 7, 6.5, we'll call it, out of 10. I really like the sounds. Action. So again, perfect jimping, perfect detent. You can do the push button, bang, it flies out with that push button. And then you can do the lightning strike, as I've been calling it. The light switch works perfectly. You end up kind of doing a push button though. You know what I mean? Because the tab is the way it is, you kind of end up, it's hard to just drag back. You kind of end up pushing in anyway. So the push button is the way to go with this guy, and it is dialed to perfection with that push button. Detent is spot on Riot style. It shakes close. It's not a dropper. I have not tried to tune this in any way, so it could be better potentially. And you'll see there, one issue I have with the action is the detent ball ramp. So when you go to close it, if you go to shake it and you back up, it rides back up. And I don't know if this is what some people call a double clutch, but it just kind of like catches again. When you're going to shake it down, it catches up. So you got to get it nice and low and then just shake down. You know, you can't load up on your shake. You got to just shake down. So that's kind of not that fun, and I end up kind of just going like this and shutting it, right? So there's that. That kind of kills the action a little bit for me personally, honestly, because I really like a knife that just closes, right? So you also have the flipper tab that catches on you, so that's just kind of the nature of a flipper. But yeah, action's good though. I mean, it's solid detent, very smooth all the way through. You know, you feel a little bit of resistance there, but again, I haven't messed with this knife in any way. I haven't put oil in, I haven't done anything, so I'm sure it would be butter if I messed with it. Yeah, so overall, what do I think? I mean, it's gonna be a $450 knife, right? That's kind of your going rate for a Liong Mah. Everything that you get with a Liong Mah is here, so I totally see the price point makes sense. It just comes down to the design for you. This is not a design that makes me scream and yell and want to go get one. But if you're a modern traditional guy, this might, right? If you're a guy who wants a really, really good work knife, man, this thing would do some work with that hollow grind and that M390, the micarta, excellent ergonomics, that choil. I mean, it also isn't a huge blade, right? I mean, what is it, 3.25 maybe? So I think this is a really cool knife, a great offering, another great offering from Liong Mah. He may have some of these on his site. I know River's Edge Cutlery has some if you're interested. But yeah, so that's it, guys. That's the Liong Mah Zulu. Big thank you to Liong Mah for loaning this, and Chris and Kyle for sending it my way. Oh, I wanted to point out the nail nick. So people always wonder probably, can you flick it? And when I unboxed it, I actually was able to flick it. You see that? I could do it left-handed, and I could do it right-handed when I got it. Bang, got it. So it's kind of hard. You really got to dig into that nail nick that's tiny and kind of shove it out. It's not the best, but it is possible if you're wondering. Now, Chris and Kyle tried it, and neither of them could get it. And there are times where I just can't get in there properly, you know. So it's kind of a hit or miss thing. If you have tiny fingers, I think it might work. If you have bigger fingers, it's going to be hard, guys. So there's that. But yeah, thank you, guys. I love you all. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you later.